to start with this good old clip from Amber. Never cease to amaze me.
Sometimes, but but also, sorry for the death threats. Thank you. I love you. I just want to say thank you so much to all of my online supporters, and my fans. Thank you so much for everything that you do to support me. I know it ain't easy sometimes, but I appreciate it. But also, sorry for the death threats. Thank you.
That never gets old. I can listen to that. It's like, it's like horrible, but it never gets old. And is she troll? She's trolling herself. She's trolling her followers. Even if she has like 2 or 3 comments in each post, so the comments are not completely, because you can say disable or turn off. No, they're not. They're just comments that she's letting certain people comment on her post. And her post today on her Instagram, no, a day ago, was the best part of being Mera from Aquaman is meeting everybody that she inspires. I'm ready for round 2. And then a little emoji of like a mermaid thing. What part of like she's not gonna be on it? She doesn't get. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she should be on it, but her level of trolling, to the fact that she has to post it on her Instagram over and over. She posts at least 5 Aquaman things related. The picture of her sleeping in her dressing room, picture of her reading a book, and it says, "I'm finishing this before we start again." A picture of her in the gym, and it says, "Getting ready for Aquaman." She doesn't say it like that, but it's pretty obvious. And this is her on Instagram just showing off about how she doesn't say girls, but it's probably what she meant, or people are so inspired by her character in Aquaman. Like Aquaman is just like this dramatic, like you're working with Anthony Hopkins or something, and like Shakespeare, or like some type of big play. No, it's Aquaman. I'm not hating on people that like those movies, but she talks about it like she's like saving the world with this film that I don't think she's gonna be part of it, but who knows. But yeah, go to Amber's her Instagram and you see she's trolling her own people, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so there's something that Adam Woolman, we all know Adam Woolman is Johnny's one of Johnny's attorney, the main one, and that he got suspended on Twitter. I know that just for making jokes. He never really said anything really bad about her besides saying the truth, but it was not really disrespectful. It was just jokey, and he was on the side of the truth. He always has been, and he got suspended on Twitter. So he talked. The latest from him is what he said about the LAPD investigation. I think is confirmed. I don't want to say 100%, but it's pretty much. So she's gonna have Australia investigation because of the dogs. She's gonna have LAPD from Los Angeles investigation because of the body cams. This girl's gonna be all over the place. I feel bad. No, I don't. But anyway, this is what Adam Woolman said. Of course, I have to read it. Oh, because they asked him. Yeah, it's about. They asked him what about Justice Nichols. We know Justice Nichols was the judge in the UK, and pretty lame. He makes all the judges look like crap because he's just bad. The guy needs to retire or something. I don't think the judge in Virginia is gonna be like that. I think the judge in Virginia, she's gonna kick butt. I have a feeling, but then again, I'm not sure, but I have a feeling. So this is what Adam Woolman said. This is his statement about the UK court ruling. Okay, Adam Woolman, Johnny Depp attorney. Justice Nichols' perverse UK ruling was based on one simple concept. If Amber Heard said it, it was true. It had to be true. No matter how absurd or how big was the mountain of evidence obligating against her on the road to injustice, the judge closed his eyes to the testimony of police and dozens of witnesses 87 camera surveillance videos. 87. I didn't know they had so much. High definition videos and photographs from the day after multiple claims savage facial beatings and proof that Amber Heard lied for years and years to the government, courts and charities to get, oh my God, government, courts and charities to get what she wanted. Justice Nichols ignored the model of Amber Heard's own internally inconsistency. I think that he's trying to make a joke about the poop. So he's saying, the model, I mean, of course, it's not talking about poop, but it's an inside joke that we know that the poop, right? The poop gate. Anyhow, model of Amber Heard's own internally inconsistent and ever-shifting stories. Yep, as she was forced by evidence to serially present 6 separate witness statements to the court. The judge even ignored hours of stunning audio tapes in which Amber Heard ambiguously confessed to her violent spree against Mr. Depp, who will simply split to get away from her. You guys remember that audio that she goes like, "You always split. You're a coward. You're always running away from the fights." All that. About this, it turns out she was fighting, quote unquote. Justice Nichols' perverse UK ruling was based on one simple concept. If Amber Heard said it, it had to be true. No matter how absurd, how big was the mountain of evidence of her lies. On the road to injustice, the judge closed his eyes to the testimony of police and blah, 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 blah. I mean, you don't have to write it all fancy like that or be an attorney in order to see what's going on. So, yeah, that's on a woman's statement on the UK ruling. We know that he's not happy about it. We're not happy about it. But I love the way that he worded mountains of evidence. And then he says the model of Amber Heard's own internally inconsistent and ever-shifting stories. Because that's what happened, right? As she was forced by evidence to serially present 6 separate witness statements to the court that she hasn't. They actually asked her, I think, 5 or 6 times already from Virginia. Nothing. She hasn't. And I don't know if you can get in trouble for not presenting things or how much you have certain amount of time, but she hasn't presented anything, either because she's fabricating it again or making something up again, or she has nothing and then she's gonna wait until she's on the stand, and maybe she thinks that when she's in court she's going to just cut out a little bit and convince the judge. She's gonna have to present something different that she presented in the UK. That's how it works, because the UK case was to declare if he was a wife beater or not, which they say that declare that he is, which she also posted on her Instagram, and then she posted the caption said, "Thank you." The wife beater thing. This is just awful. Like, can you imagine to be his sister and his ex-wife, his son, his daughter, just have this whole of what your dad was on the newspapers, huh? He's a wife beater, and my God, it's so sad. It's so sad. First, on the record statement from me regarding the body cam, Adam Woolman, Johnny Depp's attorney, said Amber Heard and her friend Rocky Pennington conducted a picturesque, messy crime scene around her most notorious May 21st, 2016 abuse claims against Johnny Depp, and they signed those claims under penalty of perjury to obtain a temporary restraining order against Mr. Depp. That's the thing. Not only she got the restraining order based on bullshit, but she also lied to get it. Because this is how it works with temporary restraining orders, because I had to do one once. You go to the court, right, and you get it no matter what. They don't ask the other person to come and nothing. If what you're saying is true and you are really scared, she wasn't, but if you are really scared and you are just traumatized and you just put it in a little piece of paper, you get it right away. It's not rocket science to get a restraining order. But when I got one with just saying the truth, right? I never signed anything that later it could be proof of anything. I mean, because the thing about the temporary restraining order, the reason to get it, and it's only for 3 weeks, by the way. The reason to get it is because you're so afraid and you're so worried. You don't know what this person is going to do. You don't know if he's just going to show up at your children's school. He's going to show up at your job. You don't know. That's why you get it. You get it so if they do show up, if they do something stupid, they'll get in trouble. That's a temporary restraining order. She got that not by saying, "Oh, he hit me." No, she got that, but well, the bruise was fake and all that. That nobody was touching her face to see if it was fake or not, because you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna get in a woman's or a guy's face, especially a woman's face, because God knows she's gonna start screaming, "Assault, assault," and start touching her cheek to see if the bruise is real or not. No, you're not gonna do that. But the perjury, I mean, this is a big deal. She didn't even have to do that. She didn't even have to bring Rocky Pennington in and do a whole thing. She could have you go to the court and get it. It's not so hard. It's hard to get one for like a year, 3 years, and then you have the other person has to come and testify, because the judge needs to hear both sides of the story. But to get a restraining order, a temporary one for only 3 weeks, you don't need to do all this. You don't need to bring messy crimes, pictures, and all that. They just wanted to be dramatic, and they shot themselves on the foot with this, because this is going to be used against her, because it's perjury. Under perjury to obtain a restraining order. LAPD responding officers repeatedly testified they saw zero damage and recently obtained body cam footage showing ambiguously that Mr. Heard and her friend's messy crime scene didn't exist. LAPD have new open, I think, for the last 4 months. Hold on. Yeah, it's going so fast. Vindication. Yeah, it's a good one. Okay. Recently obtained LAPD body cam footage showed up ambiguously the Heard and friends messy crime scene, please put everything on quotes, was one of a grandiose lie. LAPD have now opened a criminal investigation into perjury, following Australia as a second criminal perjury investigation. My God, right? There's two. There's going to be a multiply of that, but there's two now. Launched against Mrs. Heard worldwide to date. Mr. Depp is deeply appreciative and thankful to all law enforcement officials for their pursuit of the truth. He eventually awaits vindication at the end of this nightmare. This is not, I mean, this sounds like it's written by a writer for a movie or by a YouTuber that really loves Johnny. No, this is Adam Galdman, Johnny Depp's attorney. This is his last word of what's happening. So, if I know 100% if she's getting persecuted or not, no, I don't. But I'm pretty sure she is. Just common sense. And I like how he put it, saying that her lies were shape-shifting, her narrative was just changing, and they made this messy crime scene on purpose. They didn't even have to do that in order to get a temporary restraining order. You just go and say, "Hey, I'm scared." You have, I mean, the thing is, if you really are on the truth, you don't even have to do all this. You don't even have to show a picture of anything if you are with the truth. But if you're a liar like she is, you have to do all this, embellish all these things and all these documents and the video and the pictures, and bring your friend with you, because you're so scared. You're so scared that you call TMZ to take pictures of your face when you're coming out of the courthouse. To get a restraining order, I'm going to make a tutorial because it's really good for men and women to know how to do it. Men as well. They trust me. They need it sometimes. The temporary restraining order factor is only so the person that is bothering you, it can be a female or male, it stays away from you 100 yards and all that, and doesn't disturb your peace, doesn't take no calling, no disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace is pretty much everything that they didn't follow that when they were having all those arguments on the phone. Yeah, they didn't follow the restraining order right there. You cannot do any of that. And you get a restraining order because you're afraid. You're afraid of this person showing up and doing something unpredictable. Johnny is not unpredictable. Johnny might be one of the most predictable actors out there because he's so calm and so chill, and everybody says beautiful things about him, how kind he is. He's not unpredictable. He's not the monster, the that she is portraying it to be, her and all her friends. Why would you get a restraining order against him? Only to use that on your divorce settlement. Oh, there was no other reason to do it. No other reason to do it. If she wanted to just do the whole bruise thing and go to court with a, oh my God, I'm bruised and I'm hurt, she could have just go straight up to the divorce court and do it like that. No, she did the TRO, so it will look really good on her divorce paperwork that, oh my God, look what she had to do against this guy. And now it's, yeah, let's give her $7 million that she's not going to donate because that's the type of person she is, right? So that's the last thing that we know about Adam Wallman, Johnny's attorney, what he said. And that's pretty good news. I don't know 100%. Nobody on YouTube can tell anybody, because I looked this up and I can't really find 100% that she is getting persecuted, but just common sense will tell you that she is, based on lying to get a restraining order, perjury, based on the dog's, those poor two cute little dogs, situation in Australia. And I don't know much about Australia and the dogs and all that, so I don't know. But the way that it works here in California, usually in every state, but I don't know. I only know stuff here. It's so easy. This is the thing. It's so easy to lie, right? But it's really easy to find out the truth. Now with social media and cameras and recordings and all that stuff, and her recording of herself saying, I throw pots and pans at you sometimes when I lose it and I get, right? It's so easy to shoot yourself on the foot and look like a liar. So you gotta be careful. If you're going to protect yourself and go look for a restraining order, you have to think about what can happen to you if you lie about it, or if you get one of your friends to lie about it. If you lie about 911 call, I think that's another type of perjury right there. It's not the same perjury, but it's a different type of perjury. Like if I call and say, I call right now and I go like, well, my neighbor next door, she's getting beat up, and let's say that never happened and we're just doing a prank. That's perjury. That's a different type of that. That's like this lying. You don't lie to the police. You don't lie to the police and you don't lie to the judge. So if you're going to do that because you're scared and because you think you're in trouble, you need to think how you're going to do it. And you need to think, what are you going to say? If you have merit in what you're saying, if there's proof in what you're saying, because you can go to jail if you're just a regular person like us. She's not going to go to jail, but she's going to be investigated. And her being investigated is great because it's going to weigh on his side in Virginia. She's already looking so awful. She already looks so bad as it is with Australia and all that. Oh, and not donating the $7 million, which is something that the judge in the UK didn't know because it didn't come out. It came out after the verdict. But now that is a real thing. So if she can't just keep winning these things. I mean, come on now. But when I say that, the last one on Adam Wallman, because I try to follow him as much as I can, but he's not on Twitter anymore. Then there's something about that Umbrella Guy channel. I adore him. He's the man. He's great. And he has about 210 videos of just Johnny and Amber, not counting Manson or anything else, Johnny and Amber. And he got suspended for a week because probably Amber, her people, not her in person, but her people, her minions, complained about something that he did or he said, or he doesn't really show videos, so I don't know what was it, but he got suspended for a week. Yeah, it could have been worse. He could have get banned. But it's still bad. It's still bad to think that you're not allowed to talk bad about this woman, that you might just get suspended. You might get I get in arguments all the time with people, not here, but out there in real life, that tell me, how can you protect, how can you defend Johnny? How can you defend Manson? Oh my God, like you're a woman. Sisters. I'm nobody's sister. I'm an only child. I don't have no sisters. Just because we supposed to look the same and we're born with the same stuff in our bodies, that doesn't make you my sister. No, I don't believe in all that. I think that's pretty cultish, and that's the way to put it. That's pretty cultish. It's like just fanatics, like religious fanatics talk like that. It's like people rolling their eyes and speaking in tongues and throwing stuff to the floor. That's pretty much what Amber wants. That's pretty much what Evan Rachel Wood wants you to do. To believe them no matter what. No matter what. No matter how stupid and how crazy and how, like he say, it keeps shifting. The narrative keeps changing. You have to believe them. Yeah. No. You don't. And that's the thing. I wish the people would say this to kids. Not kids, but maybe if your kid is 18 or older, brother, your sister, maybe your dad even. Just that men can get abused too. They need to find restrainers as well. It should be easy for men to get them, like if it's for women to get them. Hopefully it is easier these days. And we should stop. We should just like stop with this whole thing, that this notion of because they say it is true. I'm not gonna go back to Rose McGowan. I just made a video on Rose and her book Brave and how she details her horrible experience, her horrible rape, because it did happen to her on the hands of Harvey Weinstein, which is a piece of shit. That's true. That did happen. There's proof all over, and they didn't deny it. His family didn't deny it. It happened. This is still. It's like a telenovela, you know. It's like a Spanish soap opera, or like soap opera in general. It's like watching General Hospital, you know, the worst soap opera you can imagine. This whole drama is just so they can feel better about themselves. This is about Amber feeling better about herself because she doesn't. There's a video, there's an audio that Johnny says to her, "You're nothing. You're nothing. You're a product of my imagination. You don't exist, Amber." I love that audio. I'll find it eventually. But and I think that's all, like the way that a lot of us see her. I never like her per se. I mean, I think she's beautiful, but I was never into her. Like I never followed her movies, and I definitely don't like the freaking movies that James Franco makes about stoners and stuff. I think they're stupid. I think she was in Pineapple Express, and I hated that movie. And then she was in the movie with Johnny, The Rom's Diary. That's a good movie. And the Aquaman and all that, I don't follow it. I don't care. And the fact that she has to, I'm not hating on people that like that. I'm just saying, she talks about it like she is this method actress that is working, that is doing Shakespeare plays and like in London or something. No, she's not. Action movies, I mean, it's cool, it's fun. I watch them because my son likes them a lot. I have to watch Aquaman. Actually, especially her scenes where it was, oh my God, torture to sit to that. But my kids like it, so I watched it. So yeah, Amber, I give you my daughter. I did. But I don't want to think about it too much. But yeah, her trolling her own Instagram, her own followers by putting pictures of herself, saying the best part of being Mera is meeting everybody that she inspires, and ready for round 2. I'm ready for round 2, and an emoji of a mermaid. Yeah, you don't have to follow her. You can just go look without following her. It's very pathetic. And yeah, I love that Alan Wellman said that. And he really emphasized on the fabrication. Okay, it's not a little lie. It's not a little lie, man, to go and say that something like that happened to your body that it didn't happen. It's bad. It's bad. So she's gonna get persecuted by somebody. It's either the LAPD in Australia or LAPD in Australia. So those things are gonna wait big time. It's gonna suck for her in Virginia. It's really gonna suck. So I'm gonna come back live with Manson because it's not that I don't care about Johnny, but the Manson case, the Manson cases just evolves every day, and there's more weirdos and losers and Instagram accusers. Losers rhymes with Instagram accusers popping out of nowhere with more things like he caught me, but he didn't caught me, but he caught me too deep. He tied me up, not in the way that I would let him tie me up. There's so much BS like that we can make like 100 videos on just that. So, also Amber's bruises. I was gonna look into that, but I don't want to make a video of myself putting bruises on my own face. But really, all you gotta do is Google it on YouTube or just regular browser, and just you see the anatomy of a bruise, and yeah, it's not what happened to her. Another thing that is very curious about Amber is after that assault, which is like the worst one in December 15, not the worst one, but she says it was one of the worst ones, in December 15, 2016, when she went to her makeup artist and said, oh, I have 2 black eyes. Can you believe I just did that show with 2 black eyes and a broken nose and a broken lip? Can you imagine being in the makeup trailer in that moment and looking at her and be like, I don't see anything on her face, but hey, I'm just gonna act like I do. I'm like, oh my God, what happened to you? Because she's so insane. But people didn't see anything. I think one person say they did, but it was on her side, probably just paid by her. The thing with her is like, oh, that's what I was trying to find the video of her in that interview on that show, that talk show the day after. The makeup artist says they have to put so much makeup on her because of the bruises, and they have to do a very dark red lip because the lip was cut. You see not every, but like 90% of videos of Amber in the red carpet, and Amber, not on Instagram, but Amber on the L'Oreal, the brand that supports her and she supports them. They even have a lipstick that is called Amber Red. She's been wearing red lipstick for decades. For the makeup artist to say they have to put red lipstick because a dark red, she said, because it was the only way to cover the bruises and cover the lip. And then they say that she was wearing a lot of makeup. Well, you wear a lot of makeup, you when you go to do any type of anything under a big light and big cameras, a lot of cameras on you. Of course, even the male actors have makeup. Even the person who's doing the interview has makeup. Everybody has makeup on a TV set. So for them to say that she had to wear a lot of makeup and a red lip to protect her from the is so. There's something about that. When she went there the next day, James Gordon, yeah, okay, not Jimmy Fallon, just, oh my God, that she was moving so much on that video. And I started thinking, if that did happen to you the day before, you would not be moving like she's like doing this, and she's taking selfies, and she's moving, and she's doing this with her hands, and moving her. She's very expressive when she wants to be, we know that. If she was so sore, how did she could do that from December 15 to December 16? How? I mean, it's really the whole interview is so animated. She's all over she looks beautiful. She's all over the place. She's animated. She's hyper. She's moving a lot. She's moving her face a lot. So if she was sore completely, it would just be, oh man, it would be such a big deal. And she would have to have like special accommodations. They would have changed that date. When she talks about like, I can't change the date, I have to do this TV show. That's not how it works. Yes, you can change the date. She didn't change the date because nothing happened. That's why. And
could you already do it?
No, too much the opposite. I grew up in Texas, riding horses and.
Oh, really?
Not
a big ballet community out there in Texas.
She's like doing this with her
not so
hands.
much. Shooting guns, yes, but ballet, no. So I wanted to train for it, and there were some ballet sequences
And she's like, she's doing this with her face constantly. She's looking at the person who's interviewing her. If she was messed up, she wouldn't be able to like even move her neck that direction or that direction, whatever direction. Let alone do all this facial expressions that she's making. Like it's just
We wanted to have the option to incorporate it into the movie, so I trained forever, and I have 2 left feet. I'm the most klutzy person in the world, and I have no what do you call it? Grace. So I knew I had to train for it, and what they don't tell you, I mean, I crammed about 3 months of solid training in, and I'm kind of like working my way up from the floor and learning the technical aspect of ballet, and I've got these dances down technically perfectly. I'm learning all the movements, but the last thing we get to are the hands. And I haven't yet got to that point, but everything else is working, and I'm acting it up on my face, and I'm selling the ballet. And I think I'm doing really good at this point.
She's moving so much on this interview.
And
it's crazy.
So I send videos and images to my friends to like get encouragement and look for their support. And everyone shoots back, what with the claw hand? And I look and I realize like all the stress and fear of performing and doing this thing, it just kind of like funnels out through the one thing that I hadn't yet like mastered.
Because she's trying to imply that she can't dance, so her friends are making fun of her because she had claw hands. So then she's doing this, okay? And she's doing this, looking that way, taking selfies with these guys, doing this all the time, on this, not all the time, but on the selfie. Then when she's talking about the ballet, she's doing this and she's doing this. She's always moves a lot during interviews. And I know it's because she's hyper, because she has ADD, or because she's just Amber. And that's her style. In interviews, she's very animated. There's no way that she could do this if she had 2 black eyes and even, let's pretend that it was covered. She had all this and it was covered by makeup. It's miracles makeup artists that can cover 2 black eyes. Okay. The pain that you have from being anything hidden anyway, especially on the face, you won't be able to move. You won't be able to. And she would have to cancel. And it's not such a big deal to cancel a show. You're a movie star. Who cares? They put you on next week. But she made it sound like she couldn't cancel. On her witness statement, they were talking about how she couldn't cancel, so she did it anyway. And that's part of her brand, like this. She does things. She did it anyway. And I'm so tired of it. I mean, everybody, we're all tired of it. How much it sells to just play the poor little girl hurt. It sells so much that it's scary that they're all following her tutorial now. And I would hate to see more people like Angelina Jolie, or see more people accusing people for no reason, for just yelling at them sometimes, or just looking at them in a way that it was perceived as perverted or dirty, and it was perceived as assault. It was perceived as this, as that. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully there's nobody else coming after Amber and the Manson girls. It's funny to say the Manson girls, but hopefully there's nobody else coming. But I have a feeling that there will be more females coming, because this thing is being set up and it's working. People are making YouTube videos about it, against it or on this, or taking sides. It's working. It's selling. People's Magazine put Amber's face on the cover of their People's Magazine. Is not TMZ, the Esquire, the tabloids, the dirty tabloids. It's People's Magazine. They should be a little bit. They should do the research. And they put Amber back in the day with her bruise, and they also put Ashley Morgan last week, and the title says, "I survived Marilyn Manson. I survived a monster." So I'm not buying that thing ever again. Especially Rolling Stones magazine too. Rolling Rolling Stone magazine, they don't need your money. First of all, it's all online, but they don't need your subscription money. They don't. And they've been talking so much smack about Manson. And I'm not saying they have to protect Manson because Manson is a musician, rock star, and Rolling Stone magazine. No, I'm not saying. But why they don't fact check anything? They don't check on anything. They don't check on anything that Amber did. The pictures on Coachella Music Festival, that then she took them down. They don't check. They just don't. That's scary. It really is. So I hope this is over soon. Maybe in 2023 or something. And I saw a couple of pictures online of these moving trucks in Troy Avenue, which is where Manson lives. I sound like a stalker, but I know that this is a house. Everybody knows the house on Hollywood Hills. And there's a moving truck outside. I saw a picture of it. It might mean that somebody's moving in or out, or maybe he's moving things around. I hope it doesn't mean that he's leaving, because that would be really strange, as much as he likes living here. So I hope it doesn't mean that they're traumatizing him enough that the guy is like, okay, I'm leaving the state or I'm leaving Hollywood. But it could be anything, so I won't put too much thought into that. It could be anything. It's sad. I mean, I don't know who can check, actually, who can make a welfare check and check on these people. Johnny or Manson or anybody who is in this type of situations that they have nobody on their side, and every time they open their mouth or somebody open their mouth, they have something good to say, like Dita Von Teese for Manson, or all the girls or the women that have awesome things to say about Johnny, they got silenced and they got like brushed under the rug. It's just brush it under the rug. Oh, this doesn't matter because it doesn't sell. Bruises sell. Rope and whips in my back and cutting with a Nazi knife and all that stuff, that sells. It's horrible, disgusting. But anyway, I'll be back after I make some food because I need to eat sometimes. And with Everett Wood interviews from the past, I'm gonna read those. It's gonna be kind of tedious and boring because she is boring and she's annoying, but it's very interesting, the things that she said about him all the way from 2008 to 2016. The last interview that she praised him and said that he was the inspiration to her was in 2016. That's too close to now. I mean, that's just crazy. So I'm just going to do a live about that. And if I talk too fast, let me know. I'm not doing it on purpose.